You may or may not have noticed I'm wearing a brand new t-shirt tonight. It is my Motor City Nike City Connect t-shirt.
I did notice that. Yes.
All right. It's basically it's all going downhill from here because this is the only piece of merchandise I bought. Um, when it comes to the Detroit's Motor City City Connect uniforms, I kind of feel like the worst thing your dad could ever say to you when you fucked up. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. And it just is just a crushing thing to hear. Like, oh, I'm not mad about the Tigers uniform, City Connect uniforms. I'm just really disappointed. They had such an opportunity, and I thought I was going to load up on merchandise similar to how you did when your Southsiders came up with the best City Connect uniforms. I think we can say that now that they've all been released. Uh, there's been two things specifically that I've talked about as we've broken down every single one of these goddamn uniforms. Fortunately, a third of the league was released when we took this 3 month hiatus as Major League Baseball and Nike vomited out
Yeah.
different
It was,
uniforms for
it was like
it was like
bam,
every
bam,
other
bam,
day.
bam. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and they're all so mediocre. So mercifully, we did not do segments on each of those as they came out, as we were not podcasting at the time. And I'm not going back to do that, but I did have to talk about Detroit's at least because I've been looking forward to this for 2 fucking years. Uh, there's been two major things that I have been annoyed with most of the Nike City Connect uniforms, and that is dark pants
Hmm.
and gradients.
You got them
And of
both.
course, and the Tigers have dark pants and a gradient, uh, which is fine. Whatever. It's just, I couldn't believe it. Like things I have brought up every time that they fell right into. The problem with the Tiger, or one of the many problems with the Tigers, is the gradient on the jersey is basically two electric blue tire tracks going up the chest, down the back. It fades off into a gradient on the sides. It gives the impression that they've been run over by some vehicle, just kind of just destroyed as they've been run over by whatever electric or General Motors vehicle they're trying to talk about. I thought that was funny. The Motor City word mark across the chest, it is cool. And that's why I'm wearing the T-shirt. That's the one piece of merch I did buy. Uh, the weird part of the explanation, which I did not send you all the explanation. I should have done that so you could go through and read everything, but we'll try and keep this short. They said it was an homage to auto racing, which I've been a car racing fan since I was 2 years old, kind of
Yeah.
hardcore into it because my grandpa and my father were big auto racing fans. And I'm a graphic designer by trade. And I can tell you, this font has nothing to do with auto racing. I've never seen it anywhere. It doesn't remind me of car racing in any way. I guess it's got a slant to it, an italicized look to it, which might could interpret it as speed or something, but that made no sense. So I thought it was cool regardless. It's more of like a, not a hood ornament, but car ornamentations, like the name of the car on the side. I think that's more what it looks like. But so the word mark is cool. The problem is they didn't just stick with the Motor City word mark. They also included a second word mark saying Detroit across the front of the hat, which I can't
Yes.
stand hats that have word marks. I love baseball caps that have logos. Of course, the Old English D is the best. Well, probably the Yankees is the best. But in my mind, I've been wearing an Old English D on my head for probably 25 years on most days. You've got the classic Sox logo on your hat right there. It
That's
is,
right.
as much as I hate the White Sox, that is a fantastic logo. It's a fantastic hat because it's got a classic logo on it. The Tigers chose to just write Detroit across the front, which, even if it said Motor City, would make a little more sense because they already had the Motor City word mark. So why would you create a second word mark? But to put a word mark on the hat is so disappointing. They had an opportunity to either make an adjustment, maybe a color change to the Old English D, or maybe do an interlocking MC for Motor City, maybe even in this font that they're using. Something that would have been different and interesting. and they fucked it up. They also included a large patch in the side that's an homage to a vehicle identification number, a VIN number, uh, which would make more sense as a jock tag, I think, on the jersey. It's a The VIN number they use is 1901, the year of their inception, then 35, 45, 84, or 68 and 84, the years they won World Series. So that's kind of cool, but it looks stupid on the side of the hat. So I didn't even buy a hat. I didn't even get a fucking hat out of this after obsessing over this for forever. So I again, it's you and I have talked about this time and again. We're middle-aged white dudes. These aren't really made for us. These are made for kids. They're made to sell merch, get
I
people excited.
mean,
And I think the Tigers in Detroit in general has received it pretty well. I predicted they would, of course, it was obvious they're going to make an homage to the Motor City, but
yeah.
the way they did it was just disappointing and frustrating.
Yeah, we talked about how they could have incorporated the Red Wings logo somehow, and we had a bunch of cool ideas that we thought they might
The
actually
winged
do.
wheel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it didn't ever happen. And you know, I just look at the Tigers jersey, and it kind of reminds me of like the and a lot of these City Connect jerseys, they remind me of like the jerseys I see when I watch Charlie play baseball.
Yeah.
Like it's the jerseys little league teams make. Like
Yeah. Well,
they
and
really are. And I know they're
yeah,
like you said, they're marketing to the youth. They're trying
yeah.
to
Is it design? That's by design. I mean, if that's
yeah,
what the kids
but
like, that's what they're going to sell more of, I guess. So
I'm just like it's such a huge opportunity just wasted for Detroit because there's so many Motown. There's just so many iconic things like that, you know, didn't happen. So
well, they wasted all that time, and all I got with this was this T-shirt.
I think we know I have a rating it. I'm giving it 2 middle fingers down, but
Yeah, I think I got to go 2 middle fingers down too.
Wordhole Media.